All right, gentlemen. So uh, we are we shall be starting with the current affairs. Okay, it is 17th September. Again, it will be the continuation of yesterday's discussion. All right. Now, it's been 3 years since National Logistics Policy. Now, sir, what do you mean by logistics? Logistics, matlab anything that involves between production till distribution. In between, what are the things which are involved? For example, warehousing, matlab storing, transportation, courier, all right, cargo, export, import, tax, all these are part of supply chain. All right, these are what we call it as supply chain. Now, so it seems that in India, yes, even if we increase the production, in order to boost the demand, in order to bring down the cost of production, in order to make our goods more and more competitive, we need to integrate, we need to consolidate the more fragmented logistical sector. All right, logistical sector, very, 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 very important. Now, now, let's see how the logistical sector, see, for example, it involves railways, it involves export import, it involves inland waterways, it involves e-commerce. Okay, so only when there is proper interlinking, matlab if you are manufacturing any goods, all right, in order to scale up your operation, all right, in order to to produce more and more, there has to be sufficient ease with which you should be able to transport your goods. Already, access to credit or the lorry services, transport services should be sufficient, or lorry should have cold storage, or for that matter, the ports should not, have your goods kept for longer duration of time. All right. It seems that in India, all right, in India, we are having now a vibrant logistical sector. Why? Because the government had planned what is called National Logistics Policy. All right. Now, sir, national logistics, how do they measure? Using what is called Logistics Performance Index. Now, what is this Logistic Performance Index? It is a index published by none other than World Bank. All right. So what are the things that they look at? For example, what is the ease of arranging international shipments? Matlab, you might have heard about FedEx. Okay. It is very difficult, to access it. Or for that matter, what about the various courier services in your nearby? Are they directly accessible? Or for that matter, if today the service has become more and more instantaneous. Earlier, you need to go to the shopping mart. Now you have got Amazon or Flipkart. Now it is Insta. All right, within 8 to 10 minutes of your order. All right. So there is more demand, matlab more consumption, there will be more production. More production, matlab more jobs. All right. More jobs, matlab more GDP. All right. So timeliness of shipments, what about the customs, etc. These are all the things. Yes, are they important? Very, very important for the preliminary examination. All right. Now, now let us see, what is the, because as such they are not, the, uh, the, s- the project is, sorry, this policy is only, third year of its celebration. Yes, it is a recurring policy. It's a recurring theme in the preliminary as well as the mains examination. You can definitely quote, sir, what is the benefit of this? Sir, having a robust logistics sector, it is going to reduce the transport cost. All right, and it improves ease of business. All right, and transport would be having multimodal ship, rail, inland, truck, etc. All right, and for that matter, you can have real-time tracking. For example, our carrier goods in carrier rail services. All right, or what we call it as freight services. They have real-time tracking. For example, Amul sends milk, all right, on a daily basis through the freight trains, and it can have real-time tracking. Where are my goods? All right, what is the status, etc. All right, and we also have storage transportation integrated with storage system for, that is cold storage lorries. All right, so this will provide in long term, long distance trade. Right. Yes. Now, now let us see. how, some of the things that the government has made. Unified logistics interface platform. All right. Matlab in terms of payment, in terms of tracking, etc. And for that matter, 65,000 professionals. All right. Be it truck drivers, be it people who can manage the people, all right, and are being trained, and nearly 100 universities now also provide logistical related courses, all right, regarding cold storage, regarding supply chain management, all right, yes. Okay, yes, this is again important because logistics sector contributes nearly 14 to 15% of India's GDP and creates approximately up to having a capacity of 1 crore jobs by 2027. Yes, next comes next most important thing, Narcotic Control Bureau. All right, it is an office created under narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, commonly known as drugs, or harmful substances, all right, like hash, ganja, etc. Now this narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, all right, it comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and both central as well as the state governments both coordinate together because excise comes under the state. All right. So those which are who are manufacturing liquor, they also get, the officers also look into, the illegal trade in the drugs. All right. So, sir, psychotropic substances, you might be confused that, sir, don't you think it is a pharmaceutical product? All right. And having, if the laws are not properly enforced, it can create serious internal security problem. Internal security problem in the sense, you know, our youths can get weakened, or black money can penetrate here. All right, or for that matter, money laundering can takes place. All right, and spurious drugs, you can call spurious drugs, illicit drugs. This thing will increase. All right, so sir, it is headquartered in New Delhi and it is under the administrative control of MHA. Now, sir, India strategic location देखिए अगर ये इंडिया है, इधर है Golden Triangle. All right, consisting of Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos. And here is what is called Golden Crescent, which India calls it as death crescents, because India is in such a position that we are connected in between these two. All right. And especially across the Myanmar border as well as Bangladesh border and the Pakistan border. These are extremely vulnerable for this serious internal security problem. All right. And for that matter, you might have heard seen Udta Rajasthan, Udta Punjab. All right. Or something like Breaking Bad. All right. While Punjab, Rajasthan, Jammu and Kashmir are vulnerable. All right. The northeastern states are also becoming increasingly affected, and and especially given that nearly 7,500 kilometers uh, of coastline India has, okay, it is being used to smuggle not only the natural drugs but also synthetic drugs. All right. Now you might be, you might go through this particular law and look at some of the harmful substances. As such, UPSC will not ask. Only you can do it only after your selection. All right. Then. Now, sir, what are the some of the emerging trends? Emerging trends. मतलब अगर people used to earlier grow hash, ganja, etc. Now it is made in laboratory, methamphetamine, all right, ephedrone, all right, LSD. Okay, yes, sir. What are these? If they ask you in isolated manner, it becomes difficult. So they are synthetic drugs. And should I quote this in the mains examination? The answer is yes. Okay, then secret laboratories have emerged throughout India. Emergence of dark net markets. Matlab, okay, people are using the conventional internet, okay, to do some of the transactions which cannot or which is difficult to trace them. Okay, because they do below the actual whatever is visible in the internet. All right, and people are using, or the smugglers are using cryptocurrencies, and cryptocurrencies are highly anonymous. All right, anonymity matlab you cannot identify them. All right, or for that matter, they are using drones, etc. All right, towards this, what are the things that the government has done? For example, we have NDPS Act, we have National Narcotics Control Portal, and for that matter, there is a helpline, and Drug Free India campaign. College youths are being educated. Okay, awareness is being spread. All right, and courts have also been, very strict in this. All right, a national database for arrested and narco offenders. All right, so that repeated offenders can be punished, can be tracked. Okay, and more importantly, it is also requires social cooperation. Matlab social sanction. If somebody is doing a drug, all right, the society should boycott him. All right, that is the best medicine. All right, the society should not encourage such people. Okay, you might have seen the movie like Udta Punjab. All right, yes. Then, sir, Enforcement Directorate, very, very, very important. Enforcement Directorate, all right. It okay, it also works under Ministry of Finance, Department of Revenue. It is not important, but super important. All right, sir. When did it origin? It originates from, sorry, it derives its power from Prevention of Money Laundering Act. All right, and FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act. If you are doing any large scale transaction in foreign currencies, all right. Matlab, if you are trying to hide Indian rupee, that black money, all right, then Fugitive Economic Offenders Act, okay, for under which special courts have been set up. All right, if Vijay Mallya, did something wrong, illegal here and escaped, then he is a fugitive. He's not coming to, he's evading the arrest. All right, he's termed as a fugitive. Now the question comes. Now the question comes, sir. ED, okay, it has been targeting up in opposition. This is one of the, you know. Okay. In one of the many of the cases in ED has been forefront in it seems that it is charging many of the opposition leaders, all right, opposition political parties. Okay. In that context, several cases have been registered, but the conviction rate is very poor. One thing, yes, after conviction, the money that has been recovered, it has been again given wapas to the victims. This is important achievement. It is a very important achievement. All right. So it is based, conviction rate is based on small number of convicted cases. So why is that? You are targeting opposition, for example, Delhi mein liquor scam. All right. Then no, and there are more technological advanced crimes which are coming, such as cyber fraud, online betting. It seems that ED is, still not sufficiently having manpower or the technical know-how, or the fraudsters are still using the legal loopholes to penetrate. All right. Yes. Then comes what is called Global Innovation Index. Innovation, new ideas. All right, and new ideas are the engines of growth. The world is because of the ideas. Who are producing the ideas? It is the universities. All right, it is the PhD scholars, it is the patents, and it is this commercialization. Now, this ecosystem, how robust it is, how many new patents are being filed, in which area, etc., is published by what is called World Intellectual Property Organization. Accordingly, India's ranking has risen to 38. Matlab, in terms of quality of output, in terms of the number of PhD thesis patents which are being filed, India ranks at 38. It is very, 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 very important. Okay. So across the 139 economies, okay, India ranks 38. Now then, sir, who are the top, countries? Okay, Switzerland, Sweden. Okay, from and or the Nordic countries from where we got our Nokia. Okay, so what makes them innovative? How is the schooling system? How is the university system? What is that, that they have that we don't have? All right. Mm, that is being, imbibed already by India. And for that matter, see here, international patent filings have risen by India's patent, have risen by nearly 22%. Matlab, more and more people are, pursuing PhDs because of the government's investment in, in terms of providing scholarships, etc. And more publications are taking place. And yes, sir. In what are the areas that in India can under, why India has an innovation advantage? Because because Indians are, by birth we are creative. All right. You might be seeing videos from Bihar how jugaad takes place. Jugaad matlab how ingenious techniques are used for the survival. All right, low cost technologies, low cost techniques. All right. So yes, please go through this. And in India, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, and Delhi are some of the clusters, hubs. All right, then In fact, some of the initiatives that you should be knowing in this context, Atal Innovation Mission, Startup Mission. Startup Mission, matlab, okay, they receive certain tax breaks if you are coming out with any commercializing any of the patented ideas. All right. And angel investors again important. Angel investors matlab or venture capitalists matlab somebody who is willing to take the risk of investing in a new ideas. They also have been given certain tax benefits, and very importantly in every in top colleges they have Atal labs, Atal tinkering labs where there is a handholding provided by the college, by the universities, by the experts, so that your technology can be tested and put into commercial use. Then government has this Prime Minister Research Fellowship Program, all right, where monthly up to 60,000 rupees, okay, for pursuing PhD, or for that matter Agni Mission, accelerated growth for New India's innovation. Okay, yes, and last one, this is important, Nidhi. So what is Nidhi? National Initiative for Developing and Harnessing Innovation. It's an umbrella program for almost to nurture all the upcoming new ideas. Important, not just important, it is super important, Manlo. All right, then, sir, what is this ozone layer? Where is this ozone layer? It is present in stratosphere at an altitude somewhere around 15 to 25 kilometers. All right, now what is stratosphere? It is just above troposphere. It is one of the layer. All right, now what is this ozone? Ozone matlab O3. O3, this is formed by molecular reaction between oxygen and free oxygen atom. And in this meantime, to do this process, they absorb UV rays. All right, now it is present everywhere in the in the entire atmosphere. But seems that in the Antarctica, this process has stopped. All right, this process has stopped in 19. We're talking in 1970s. All right, 1970s. Now, because of several initiatives. Okay, sir, why has it stopped in the first place? Stopped largely because we were releasing harmful substances, which are harmful substances, or what we call free radicals. Free radical, matlab, those the outermost shell in that atom has only one electron. For example, fluorine. For example, chlorine. For example, fluorine. All right, they disturb this particular breaking and making of ozone. Important. All right, sir, from where do we release this bromine, etc.? They are used, they are by our air conditioners, cooling substances, etc. In and they are important constituents of what of them, and they are components under hydrofluorocarbons, carbon tetrachloride, methyl chloroform, etc. Then what did the international community do? It did some sufficient research, and they observed that in Antarctica a hole has appeared, and not only that, in Arctic also. Arctic matlab the northern hemisphere, the northern pole. Southern pole comes in, Antarctica. And for that matter, towards this, several initiatives. One such main, very important is the Montreal Protocol. All right, Montreal. Matlab Montreal, just remember the name. It's the capital city of one of the countries. If you know, it is good. All right, then Montreal Protocol के बाद again Kigali in Rwanda. All right, again it was upgraded where we want to phase down hydrofluorocarbons. हाँ मतलब देखिए मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल आया था. हाँ, उसमें बोला था कि आप CFC को हम फेज आउट कर देते हैं. So CFC को slowly phase out कर दिया. Now in 2016, yes, efforts have been successful. We'll go towards next higher level. All right, next higher level, that is HFCs. All right, hydrofluorocarbons. But India told that, see here, if you stop all these hydrofluorocarbons also from being produced, then how will I produce more and manufacture more and more cooling substances? Because global, there is global warming in India, sorry, across the world, and in India people want to afford more and more AC, air conditioner, refrigerator, etc. So India bought time. All right, we'll do it, but we'll do it by 2045. Okay, this is super duper important. But yet India में हम already 67% has already been reduced. All right, and yes, and alternate substances has also been introduced into the cooling process. Okay, this again both prelims and mains topic. All right. Next comes International Energy Agency. Sir, is it a United Nation agency? No. All right. Okay, it is an inter. It is not even an international governmental agency. All right. It is a recommendatory, an informal group. All right. Informal group which says that the global oil fields are reducing are depleting at a faster rate. And given that India is, importing 85% of its crude, okay, it means that India is exposed more to this particular risk. All right. अगर उधर डिप्लीट हो गया तो इंडिया का growth will become unsustainable. Or petrol, diesel, okay, or the essential, products of, petrochemicals, etc. will start increasing. अगर paint ले लो, lipstick ले लो, Vaseline ले लो, kerosene ले लो, okay, और the gas ले लो, सब कुछ ज़्यादा हो जाता है, ठीक है? Then, all right, a small community called the Moran community, okay, it's in Assam. They have been demanding that we require ST scheduled tribe status, all right, and what is their significance? They are also Mumariya rebellion. All right, अगर history पढ़ते हो आप 1700s में this was one of the rebellion. Yes, it is not popularly covered in NCRTs, and you don't have to remember this also. Okay, but yes, it's something that you can add as a value addition in your discuss the contribution of the tribes, or what is the status of the tribes in India. Right, what are the constitutional protections being provided? All right. So there is a blockade in Assam by these tribes demanding that ST status. All right. So who can do the provide ST status? Again, it can be provided only by the President of India. All right. And that's such a he has a list. In that list, the community has to be added, and that after that list, it has to be taken. It has to be assented by the Parliament. All right. Yes. Then comes, okay, sir, what is this rabi crops? Rabi crops matlab those crops which can be grown, in winter season. All right, they require a warm type of climate, cool climate. Winter matlab मान लो October से December. All right, October से December. Now, sir, the government has, has been giving MSP, minimum support price, right? Okay. So what are those crops? Which are the Rabi crops? Which are the Kharif crops? And there are another term called the Zaid crops. All right. Yes. Now, now comes the next most important part. Next most important part, the Kuno National Park. अगर देखिए Kuno National Park, क्योंकि वो नामीबिया से, we had got cheetah, and this cheetah had even given birth to pups, cubs as well. All right, but because of some lack of proper adjustments, etc., it died. All right. Now, in that context, see here, where is see ऐसे तो हमेशा ऐसा होता रहता है. ओके, बट आपको आपको ये चीज ये रिपीटेटिव, अगर कूनो नेशनल पार्क न्यूज में है या नहीं, बट इधर तो है ही है कूनो नेशनल पार्क, तो आपको पढ़ना ही है क्योंकि ये रिपीटेटिव एग्जाम में आया है. All right. So Kuno National Park, yes, it is in the northern part of Madhya Pradesh. Here is the Vindhya Hills. All right. And here is the Kuno River. Sir, what are the things that we can see there? Yes, we can. What are the things we can find here? Okay, see here. Yes. And believe me, UPSC has asked, I guess, almost all of them in one or the other options. Okay, यूपीएससी का प्रीलिम्स में क्वेश्चन ऐसे आता है कि एक क्वेश्चन में 4 क्वेश्चन होता है. ठीक है, सो इम्पोर्टेंट है. ये इम्पोर्टेंट बस इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, सुपर इम्पोर्टेंट है. देन आज इधर देखिए देखिए. ओके, देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड intangible cultural heritage sites, like you have various heritage sites given by UNESCO, right? Like Western Ghats, like Nilgiri Biosphere Reserves, etc. Like that, there are certain intangible, untouchable things. Okay, untouchable, but it can only be felt. All right, but and these are being practiced. Okay, having great tradition. For example, Nagar Sankirtana in Manipur. All right, Durga Puja. Matlab it has been, it's a very, it has percolated deep into the cultural life of the community. All right, or for that matter, Kumbh Mela, Garba dance, Kalbelia, or Buddhist chanting of Ladakh, or the yoga, Nowruz festival. All right. If you have studied medieval India, you might have heard Nowruz was introduced by Balban. Okay, Kuttiyatam, Mudiyettu in Kerala. Now, India has a rich cultural heritage. Nearly 15 cultural elements are there. Definitely, now the government wants to increase it by adding Chat Mahaparva. All right, then you can write, sir, why should I remember all this? You have to interlink, that's all. See, यूपीएससी में देखिए आपको इंटरलिंक करना है. ठीक है, जो टॉपिक एग्जामिनर पूछा है उसको आपको क्या पता है उसको लिंक करना है. All right, for example, because sir, this will talk about sustainability, reverence to nature, inclusivity, community spirit. Oh yes, same to same. हर थीम में, हर ethical dimensions में आप यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. Then, okay, then gentlemen, coming to the last topic, Denmark. All right, Copenhagen. Sir, Denmark. I told you once again, Denmark is very well known for no very well known for its green technologies, ocean-based technologies. All right, Denmark is here. Here is North Sea. Here is England. Okay, here you see Sweden. You see Germany. All right, here is the English Channel as well. All right, then okay. So see here. Okay, here is Copenhagen. Okay, so you should and you need to always keep your own atlas for regularly, referencing it. Okay, now coming back to the discussion with India, we are having between India and Denmark, we are having green strategic partnership. It is super, super duper important. Okay, sir, what does this green strategic partnership talks about? It largely you know, talks about climate, energy and environment, water management, circular economy, smart cities, all right, sustainable farming, okay, reducing waste, okay, ensuring that the water purification of Danish technology-based water purification, which are cheaper, which are intelligent, all right, they can be harnessed, all right, to make India more environment friendly. All right, chalo, this is for the day. Okay. All right, gentlemen. God bless you all.